Welcome back to the Ecstasy Booth, because we are hopping into Lost in Translation, and we are in such ecstasy that we've got Bruce Horak, the returning.
We're hopping.
And he's hopping. He's ready to
hopping.
Welcome back, Bruce. We are, of course, the Captain's Quadrant, and we have a banger because we've got Bruce here with us to talk about the episode where he returned to Trek.
Yay! I'm also here.
And then, we have Jason Roy Gaston, our co-host, and me, Joe Dub.
Jason, right there.
Yeah. Yes, we are very excited to have you this week. We are going to be talking about the episode where you came back, Lost in Translation.
Fabulous.
Yeah, which was a fabulous episode. I remember the first time we watched. We actually didn't get to review it the first time because there was the strike or something like that. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Jason, if you please, the synopsis.
Very well. Uhura seems to be the only one who can hear a strange sound that seems to trigger terrifying hallucinations. Turns out Spock has gas. Vulcan nerve gas.
Yes.
Inhale long and suffer.
It's like a mirror universe, it sounds like. All right, well, let's hop into it. WTF did we just watch? All right, Jason, kick us off. What WTF did we just watch?
Well, we watched a Star Trek episode where they discover we watched a Star Trek episode where we find strange new life forms and new civilizations, and that's exactly what Star Trek is all about. Plus, it is just a powerhouse for Celia in this episode, who plays Uhura. She is so captivating because it's one of those episodes where you just feel like a character is alone and she's trying to get everybody to believe her. And of course, we get, I don't want to say it's a full return of Himmer, but we get little tastes of Himmer in this episode. Because, and I would say this whether Bruce was here or not, but the fact that he is here, that he can hear this is great. I loved Himmer.
Yeah,
I loved him on this show, and whenever he was 86th so early, I remember getting on the show the next day and just going, "Why would they do this to us? What did we do to them?" So any chance to see him again was great, even if they were just little tastes. So that's why they did that.
Bruce, when they told you you're coming back, you're going to be Hemmer again, did you think you were going to get resurrected, or did you know up ahead of time that it was going to be?
I knew it was just going to be a little. I knew it was just going to be a little taste, a little cameo. When they cast me before the first season, they told me Hemmer was going to go by episode 9, and then they approached me after the premiere and said we're looking at something in season 2, but it would just be a little taste, and it was just really a way to tie the bow at the end of the Uhura story of like she gets a little farewell, and that was it. And then episode 9, where with the musical, was just like gravy on top of it. Singing Klingon suddenly was like, well, I can't say no to that. It was really it was such a delight to come back.
I know. And you got to wear those Klingon garbs, and they were like golden too. It was really neat.
They were, the Klingon boy band.
Yeah.
Now, was that really you singing, or?
Oh yeah. I was in the studio. I had 2 days of vocal training, and then we went into the studio and recorded for an afternoon. We did 2 takes. We did the boy band, and we also did the Klingon opera on the same day.
Oh,
and we actually did shoot an alternate take with the opera.
They chose correctly, though. I think that the boy band was.
It was a lot. Yeah.
I will have to admit, I did not really care for that episode too much, but whenever I saw the boy band, I died laughing.
That was the best, legit.
That was the best moment.
Yeah. But
I can proudly say that my brother had no idea it was me.
Really?
Which is pretty nice. If you can fool your own family, and he had no idea. No.
I didn't know it was you later until Joe told me. I didn't know that was you either. I was just like, that was Bruce? I'll be darned.
Yeah. I knew because I asked you.
Prosthetics.
Yeah, prosthetics are amazing. Amazing. And
the best thing.
Yeah, and I totally love the like dance number that you got to jump around a little bit too. Like you really got to shine. Just brief cameo. But
got the hop.
Yeah, you got the hop. In this episode, you actually got to be a zombie too. You were a zombie Hammer.
Yeah, see, Lost in Translation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was such a different, like it was, I think we did 2 days of shooting on it. So one day as zombie and then the other day as regular
Oh
Hammer.
wow.
And the zombie day was fantastic. Dan Liu was the director of this episode, and he worked on Walking Dead. And so he had a lot of experience with directing zombies and how to move, and it was way slower and more intentional than I had thought. I mean, really like moving through molasses. So he coached us through the physicality of that, and really got into. I mean, of course, a dream would be on an episode of Walking Dead, but this was as close as I was going to get. My love of the old horror film.
Yeah.
So I actually have a question about the zombie makeup. Yeah. Was that all practical makeup? Because there were certain shots I looked at, I thought that's got to be CGI, because there was one where it looks like your nose is completely missing. Was that all practical, or was there any CGI?
Yeah, that was just the nose. My nose was green. Everything else was makeup and prosthetics.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and they made me look a little wetter. Yeah, somewhere I have a photo of me in that makeup. Yeah, with green nose.
Oh wow,
hard to be afraid of that, I guess. Yeah. Poor Celia. She's working so hard in that scene because there's goofy me as a zombie, and she's like, I don't know how she managed to convey such fear with a clown like me.
Did you make fun of, like, have a just to mess with her? Did you like start saying random stuff?
No,
just to be like, no, too professional.
Hugs. Yeah. No, time is money. No goofing around. Yeah. No goofing around.
Oh yeah. I guess that's why Jason and I are
the temptation to do so was way too high.
I'm sure.
What's that?
I said I'm sure Jason and I wouldn't be able to become actors because we'd be goofing around too much. Or maybe me. I'm a goofer.
I'm a stage actor.
I think at a certain level you can goof around.
Amateur.
But... You get to goof around at your level for sure. Yeah, I mean, I love this episode. So I mean, this is one of my favorite episodes of the season, not only because you came back, but because we got so much different exploration and a whole new species that your team, this crew, discovers in the depths of space. And the cultivating arc here was that the reason why Uhura was hearing that is because the species was being messed up by the new transpod thing that they were building out in the middle of space. So I thought that was such a cool concept, because we're so used to, as humans, seeing aliens as bipod material, fleshy creatures running around, but having something that's just like non-corporeal and able to communicate, I thought was just brilliant. So I thought that the deep science fiction was
so great.
Was so stellar. So,
it was basically an episode of Captain Planet on Star Trek. I thought that was great.
All right, so let us hop into why would they do that.
Excellent episode, very well written. Okay.
So why do you think they wrote this particular episode as they did? I mean, it was actually stellar science fiction, but what do you think was the genesis of the whole writing experience?
Well, I'm gonna go with what I heard your question, which was why did they do this episode, and then it broke off after that. So ultimately, I think they wanted to explore this non-corporeal alien.
Well, in the long arc of Uhura's story of becoming a family member on the Enterprise, I think this is a big step for her. She goes from being kind of isolated to connecting with Kirk. We see the Kirk brothers come together. We see Una and Pella come together and sort of get over their own miscommunication or their hang-ups and things like that. So I think it's aptly titled Lost in Translation, as oftentimes communication gets a little messed up by history or time or whatever. And I thought that was a appropriate title. And I love that there were these kind of multiple storylines that were hitting important milestones, when Spock and Kirk sit down and have their first, trivial conversation or whatever they're talking about, but you just see that the little bond of family starting to emerge not that Star Trek is necessarily all about family, but that's a big part of it.
Absolutely, sure. Absolutely. I mean, Spock's family is really spread out across the universe. You got, the lost sister, lost brother.
A lot of family.
A lot of family. Jason, why would they do that?
Well, I think Bruce pretty much covered everything. This is an episode all about communication and how the lack of communication can be both inconveniencing and disastrous. Our ability to exchange words and ideas connects us, whether we are American, Canadian, Australian, whatever. It is our ability to communicate with each other that brings us together, and our lack of communication that pulls us apart. And this episode not only shows it on a grand scale of how the Federation was basically just accidentally committing a genocide, but it also shows it on the small scale about how it can disrupt a family or disrupt a working environment. And of course, any excuse to bring in Carol Kane. I miss Hemmer, but I do love Carol Kane so much. She is so great as Pelia. Any excuse to bring in Pelia. Any excuse to have Kirk on the ship, which he's always on the Enterprise. Yeah. It's almost like he's measuring for a couch at one point. It's like, Kirk, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm definitely not planning on getting in your quarters, Captain. Not at all. Yeah, so that's pretty much why I think it was. It was an episode all about communication and its importance.
Bruce brought up a good point. It's a lot of firsts too, because this is the first time Kirk and Spock meet on the Enterprise.
First time Kirk and Uhura meet too.
Yeah, and Kirk and Uhura. So there's a lot of connections in building, I think, possibly leading up to almost a reboot of TOS. I don't know what the future plans are, but it feels like they got all the right pieces coming together, especially with the onset of Scotty later on. So that I think would be incredible if long-term planning suggests that that's exactly what their goal is, because like I said, they have all the right sprinkles in all the right places. I think that the casting is stellar in this series. I'm sure you've got a lot of great stories. Is there any like amazing little tidbits that you could share working on the set that day?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think the first day I was done up as Zombie Hammer, and kind of 3.5 hours in the makeup chair, or however long it was. Maybe, I don't think it was that long. It was probably 2.5 hours in the makeup to get that done, and then I got brought by the production assistant over to set and sat down. They were shooting a scene with Carol Kane. And so I got sat down next to her in my full zombie makeup, like dead Hammer next to Pelia. And it's like, I wish I had snapped a photo of it, because it's like, this is what working in engineering can do to you. Photograph.
Job hazards.
Engineers have all the fun. And honestly, that was my one day of meeting her. And then in Vegas last year, they brought up the Strange New Worlds cast in 2 different segments, and we crossed over and had a big sort of cast photo taken. And Carol Kane came over, and I said, "Oh, I'm Bruce. I don't think we hadn't actually met. I was in makeup." And she's like, "Oh, no, I remember you from set."
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
See, lasting
impression. It was nice to be remembered by the great.
Yeah. Lasting impression with or without the makeup, Bruce. You nailed it.
I have a certain presence, I suppose.
You do. You definitely do.
I'm just picturing Pelia doing a bit, where you walk up to her and says, "Hey, I'm Bruce. I was in makeup last month." "Oh yes, you look terrible now. What happened to you?"
Yeah. You haven't aged well. Oh dear.
All right, we're gonna hop into our next segment, which is going to be different. It's not redeeming features, because this is a great episode. It's an ecstasy booth. This is the missed opportunities. Here we go. So for me, I think it would have been a missed opportunity not to have you as Hemmer have more dialogue. They should have had more of a focus of that. There's this beautiful conversation that you have in engineering with Uhura, and I just felt like they probably filmed a lot more and then just cut it down to those little pieces that we got. And I just think there was some missed opportunities that they could have edited a little bit more in there. So I'm going to ask you, Bruce, am I right? Was there more to that?
Not much, man.
Wow.
Not much. It was.
I was wrong. Okay,
it
great.
Was pretty tight. It
Wow.
was pretty tight. I'd say the edit, that was pretty much what was on the page.
Wow.
Was what you saw there. I mean, that to me is I want more of that too. I think more Hemmer Uhura flashbacks. He seems to have had such a major impact on her.
Yeah.
Lasting in a good way. I mean, we see a little bit of her with the family shuttle pod and a little bit of her family life, but it just like Hemmer obviously meant a great deal to her. And, I'd love to see more of that in season 4.
Oh yeah. Season 4.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Bring back Hemmer one more time.
Bring back Hemmer. You know what? Make a movie. Make the Hammer movie.
6 seasons in a movie. 6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
Star Trek Hammer.
Yeah, we could do it. You could do it. Jason.
Quite honestly, my knee-jerk reaction is to say, well, more Hammer, obviously, because as I said, I have great affection for the character. But looking back at it, I honestly think that they had just the right amount of Hammer in this episode. Because I think that there is this idea, and I'm actually maybe revealing a little bit too much about myself right now, but I actually had a friend pass away a couple of days ago.
Oh, boy.
And we had a misconnection. We were gonna get back together, and we were gonna reconnect. And then I got the word just last night that he had passed away, and I don't know. This episode hit a little differently for me because it was almost like Hemmer is just out of reach for Uhura in this episode. He's there on a screen, but she can never embrace him again. And the fact that she sees Hemmer at the end and he does not say anything to her, he just smiles and fades away. I don't know. I just found that it hit harder than what it normally would have for me. And then I realized, you know what? That's perfect. That is what losing someone who is special to you is like. They are there in your memory, but they're forever out of reach. And so as for that, I have no notes on that at all. So I'm just going to say more Carol Kane would have been nice. More Carol Kane, because she's just outstanding. I just love her so much. I'm so happy that they're not going to. I kind of thought that the engineer on the Enterprise was going to be like Kenny on South Park, where every season, oh my God, they killed Hemmer, you bastards! But it looks like Peli is sticking around for a little while longer at least. So I'm very happy about that. So more Pelia, more Pelia, a drugged up little superstar. I just love her so much.
One of the most amazing things about this show is obviously the connection that we have to the original series. Did you grow up on the original series, Bruce, when you were a kid?
I sure did. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And TNG and everything accordingly.
You betcha. Yeah, all the way through.
Yeah. What would you say were the missed opportunities for this episode for you, Bruce?
Oh gosh. You know what? I mean, I gotta say, there's no notes on this episode. I thought it was, it's stellar. It's stellar.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, Bruce, we have a fun little segment where we spin a wheel. It's called the Wheel of Agony. So we're going to play that bumper. 1 second.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very Klingon.
we need to add Bruce's boy band Klingon to this Wheel of Agony.
You know what? Yeah, is that cool, Bruce? Can we
in honor
of Bruce? All right, awesome.
In honor of Bruce, we need to put him there. Keep Galron, keep Silver Daddy Worf. Just have
Klingon
boy band Klingon there. That'd be amazing.
All right, totally. All right, we're gonna spin the wheel. It's gonna decide the next episode that we're watching. Jason Regassi will be on leave, so we'll have some guests.
This is the last you folks are going to see of me in an entire month. So suffer with what the show will become.
Yeah. Ex post facto. Jason?
Tuvok plays detective. Why, I hope so. He's the security officer. When Paris is wrongfully convicted by an alien race of murder. I do not remember this episode at all.
Oh, wow.
I have no idea what this is.
Yeah. Well, we'll get right into it. So this is our last segment. This is where we're going to nod to you, Bruce, because you have an amazing happening right now. So this is our aftermath.
We were just talking about you. Everybody hates you. Congratulations.
Bruce, we give you the floor. We thank you so much for coming on. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but technology still has a way around it. So we're so glad to have you with us.
It does.
Yeah, we're so glad.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. And moving into the future with better technology and better Wi-Fi.
Hopefully.
Get power up here running. Yeah.
One day.
We appreciate you coming on. Really, it's been awesome meeting you. Like I said, I really enjoyed your work on Strange New Worlds, and hope we get to see you there again sometime in either season 4 or season 3 if there's something you're not telling us.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Yeah, it's been a wild ride, and Star Trek has been just such a huge part of my life for the last few years, getting introduced officially into the universe. I've been a fan since I was a kid, obviously, but to actually get to connect with the fans, and I sat with, kind of realized a dream of mine and sat with William Shatner to paint his portrait when I was in Los Angeles about a month and a half ago. I boldly just reached out and said, hey, I'd love to sit with Captain Kirk. And we sat together. I told him a bit of my story about becoming a visually impaired visual artist. And he said, that would make a great documentary. Someone should do that. And as luck would have it, a production company out of Stratford has paired up with me. I'm going to direct a documentary where I go and paint portraits of people who have overcome adversity in some way, shape, or another, and have decided to dedicate their lives to the act of the creative. The documentary is called Boldly Going, and we've launched an Indiegogo campaign to help us with some of the funding. We've got support here in Canada, but obviously these things are expensive. So we started an Indiegogo campaign, and it's a Boldly Going documentary. And it's rocking, it's rolling, and we're hoping to make this thing a reality. To me, it's the perfect next step in the evolution of my portrait project, which began as me just painting the way that I see in an attempt to express it to people. And through that, I've encountered incredible artists and craftspeople and just people from all walks of life. I've done 760 portraits now.
Wow. Working
towards 1,000. And I just kind of want to see this thing to fruition. And it all started with the phrase, go boldly.
Yes, that is awesome. We love the story of how this all came to fruition. And I wanted to support it because I love what you do. And,
thank you.
Being a son of a disabled woman, I think it's imperative that everyone that has something shines their best showcases, because my mother was physically disabled, and she still managed to get all the way down to Brooklyn from Westchester, which is like 2 hours every day to work. And she just had this I cannot be stopped attitude that continues today. So I just have the utmost respect for you and everything you do, and I'm so excited for your project.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I
wanted to. Very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to make sure that we gave you a moment to shine and get more awareness on it. So at our booth in Trek Long Island, we're going to have some paperwork that you guys can come visit us and make sure you can take a part in whatever you can donate to Bruce and the project. We'd really appreciate. So it's going to be one of the things that we're going to get 100% behind, Bruce.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. And of course, I'm going to be donating. I get paid Monday, so I'll be donating this Monday. And if you are watching our show on YouTube, you can click the link below in the show notes. If you're on the live show, we're not live, sorry, but you could definitely still click that link.
Michael.
No, there's a great reason.
Bruce's fault. It's Bruce's fault.
Yeah, it's me. I'll take the fault.
There we go. I think people will be fine with that. But please donate to this amazing cause. I can't wait to see this come to fruition and watch it wherever you release it. And I'm probably be in Canada first, but we'll figure out how to get to see it here in the States. Yeah. I'm sure there's plans for distribution. Bruce, what other projects are you up to in the moment before we go? I know you're pressed for time, but just real quick, what else can you
yeah. Well, I'm in Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario, at the Shaw Festival, doing 2 shows. So the Shaw Festival is North America's second largest repertory theater festival. And they got 5 venues, theater happening all the time. I'm in 2 shows this summer. One is Wait Until Dark, which is based on the Audrey Hepburn and Alan Arkin film from the 60s, I want to say. And this adaptation was done in 2013. And so we're doing that on the festival stage, and that opens next month. And then the month after that, I'm opening a show called Murder on the Lake, which is set here in Niagara-on-the-Lake. And in it, we invite an audience member to come on the stage and be the detective as they go undercover to solve the mystery. And that runs until October.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Here.
Great.
It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. It's a good time.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we're loving it.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Well, Bruce, thank you again for joining us into the Ecstasy booth.
Thank you.
We really appreciated your insights and behind the scenes little tastings of the episode. And we really are grateful for you to hop in with us this week.
It was a great trip down. It was a great trip down memory lane. Nice to visit that again. Yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget show notes. And if you're listening to the podcast version, we still have the same links available in the podcast notes. As we go, as we have to, we would like to say special hellos and thank yous to our patrons. Be sure, patrons, to go and check out all of Bruce's projects. We want to say to you, our transgressor level tier 3, we honor you, Holly Mack. Our transgressor tier 3, Johannes Borg, we honor you. And of course, Chris Katulka, thank you. We honor you, sir. And many thanks to Denise, our tier 1 conspirator, who's a cute little conspiracy bug. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of the Ecstasy Booth. Jason, I want you to have a safe and successful trip, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
I don't know how safe it'll be because I can't have much fun if it's safe. You know what? I'll if I can drop in unexpectedly to be that guest nobody wants, I totally will if I'm able. Which I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
The internet is a wild place, and the Wi-Fi.
I did it from Japan. I don't see why I can't do it from Canada.
Yeah, Bruce, thank you again, and everybody, we'll see you next time.
Thanks, all.
Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for downloading this episode of the Captain's Quadrant with our very special guest, Bruce Horak. But we would be remiss if we didn't want to remind you that in 1 week, we are at Trek Long Island in a special Captain's Quadrant Section 31.5 on that Sunday at 2 p.m. We are with Andrew Robinson as we have questions live at Trek Long Island. Hear about Garrick's impulses, Garrick's desires, Garrick's dreams. We'll have many questions. It'll be sort of a interrogation, if you will. I'm sure you'd appreciate that. And we are so excited to get into some of his acting histories and share with you this monumental moment in Trek Long Island and Captain's Quadrant history. And that's not all, folks. We are going to be hanging with the icons of the 90s Trek. We're trekking the 90s with none other than Philip Morris, Iona Morris, and Susan Doyle. We're going to be trekking the 90s as we are going to honor their times as many guest stars in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek The Next Generation, and so much more. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have a great time on the main stage, 3 p.m., and there's so much to talk about because these guys have extra incredible, legendary careers, and there's so much to get into. So be sure to get your Trek Long Island tickets right now. It's next week. It's going to be a blast. Jason and I are going to be there in person, and we're giving away that starship. So don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon and get your chance in. You've made it through the Agony Booth, a Captain's Quadrant show. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you share this video with 5 people will also be in agony. Join us every Friday at 9 p.m. EST for more live shows, including Wormholes, Section 31 and a half, because we have questions. And at the